All right, well, it is Wednesday, and that means we get another dose of nutritional knowledge from who else but Jess Rosario down at Boka Talks. We are going to go down to the capital village of Hagana for this week's installment. Hafa Jess, what do you got for us this week?
Hafa, welcome back to the hotspot at the Boka Box. I'm Jess Rosario. I am the owner and nutrition professional here. If you're like me, you're super busy, and I know all of you guys are. Whether you're a full-time student that's trying to juggle between going to classes and work and whatnot, or you're trying to juggle between family commitments and responsibilities like taking your kids to practices, still going to work, and whatever you have going on, you're going to be busy, but it's also important that we take time to prioritize health for ourselves and our families. So today I wanted to give you guys 5 simple tips that you guys can take with you so that you can stay healthy while still being busy and doing everything that you need to do. So the first tip is, of course, when we talk about health, it's all about consistency. So the first tip is going to be that you need to plan ahead. And yes, I know it's easier said than done. People like to do a lot of meal prepping. That's why I kind of started this thing here at the Boka Box. But take time to kind of figure out, okay, if I'm going to be busy and I don't have an hour or I have an hour or less for lunch and you want to stay consistent with eating healthy, you got to start meal planning. You got to start looking at ways to eat consistently throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever it is. So plan ahead, plan your meals, try to meal prep. If you cannot do that and you just don't have time, then there's places like the Boka Box where you can come and grab pre-prepped meals. You can come into our cafe. We serve healthy meals that we focus on nutrition rather than just eating food, right? So plan ahead, make sure that you're eating consistently and you're eating healthy majority of the time that you're doing whatever you need to do. The second tip is to start to look for the better option. No matter what we're doing, no matter where we go, we're always going to have to make the decision of whether we're going to eat this or that, right? So if we have 30 minutes for lunch, we're going to be, okay, am I going to go to this fast food place or am I going to go to this fast food place? And when I'm there, am I going to have a burger or am I going to have a salad? Or if I'm going to have a salad or I'm going to have maybe something else, right? Always look for the better option whenever we're trying to eat. Even if you're going to a restaurant and you're sitting down, it's way better for you to look at the menu, like actively look at it and look at what is on the menu, like the full menu. Don't just go for something just because you're hungry. Which brings us to our third tip of the day, which is to eat with intent and not with our stomachs. I know you're gonna be hungry, right? And a lot of times whenever we go somewhere to eat, it's always going to be ordering off of how we feel. And if we're hungry, we're gonna order anything. The same goes if we're shopping. We're gonna shop for all the bad stuff if we're hungry, rather than shopping for all the good stuff. So if you go to a restaurant or you're going out to eat at a fast food place, eat with intent. That means actively looking at the menu and saying, okay, where am I gonna get my vegetables? How much carbohydrates am I gonna get? What kind of protein am I gonna get? Am I gonna eat baked versus fried? Am I going to eat all carbohydrates or am I gonna eat some sort of carbohydrate, as well as making sure that you get a salad or roasted vegetables or whatever? I would rather eat brown rice, 8 ounces of protein, and maybe roasted vegetables versus getting maybe a deep fried fish sandwich with potato fries. The first option is way healthier than the second. So always look at what you're eating and eat with intent rather than eating with your stomach. The fourth tip is something that I used to do when I was working at an office when I was at DOE, is you need to snack wisely. And that just means that you are gonna snack on whatever you have in front of you. So if you have a snack drawer in your office, or you have in your lounge area, and you load up your snack drawer or you load up your lounge area with chips and cookies and cup of noodle and whatever it is that's not good for you, you're gonna eat that. But if you plan ahead, then you start to buy fruits, you start to buy things that are good for you, maybe dried fruits, maybe some nuts and seeds. You store some yogurt in the fridge or whatever you have it. If you buy snacks that are good for you, you're gonna eat that, right? We wanna set ourselves up for success rather than setting ourselves up for failure. So always think about that, snack wisely. The last thing is The last tip I have for you guys is kind of important to me, and I used to do this a lot. A lot of times, the issue is not that you have the food in front of you or that you're eating right? A lot of times the issue is that you're just so busy that you're not eating. I have a sister that has that same problem. She can be on our meal plans and have her food right in front of her, but she just gets so busy with meetings and running around that she forgets to eat. And by the end of the day, she's like, oh, I forgot to eat lunch because I was just so busy. So for me, it always helped me to remind myself to actually eat. I had a timer on my phone that reminded me to eat breakfast, to eat snack at 10 o'clock, to eat lunch at 12, to eat on something light at 3 o'clock before my workouts at 5, and then dinner was just like whenever, right, after my workouts. But remind yourself to eat, because it's very important that you take care of your body. Our body wants food, our body wants nutrition. So we gotta make sure that we're fueling up properly throughout the day, no matter what we're doing, right? Reminding yourself to eat just is, it just is good, because when you're so busy, you kind of forget about food and you kind of forget about how your body feels. So if you're like me, just set up an alarm on your phone, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12, 3, whatever it is, just to remind yourself that, hey, I need to eat, I need to take 5 minutes to eat my snack in my drawer or whatever it is, right? Or just to eat lunch. Just make sure, go grab something at the store or whatever it is, just so that you have food and fuel in your body. I hope these tips helped you. Stay busy and stay healthy. This is Jess from the Boka Box.